Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review for Houseki no Kuni, or Land of the Lustrous, Episode 3, and I talked about this with one of you in the Discord actually, talked with Deshaun about this for a little bit before even coming to record this, as I was writing through my notes for this episode, at first I was like, okay, maybe it's about the same level as last episode, and I liked last episode a lot. But then as I kept taking notes and looking back on stuff from the episode, I was like, actually this was a lot better. I enjoyed myself the entire way through, but I think looking back at what actually took place during the episode made me appreciate what I enjoyed watching even more, because I got to see some of the development that happened with it. But either way, let's go ahead and talk through some of the stuff I thought about it. So yeah, this is my favorite episode so far. I think just from the beginning, when we get that sequence where Bortz, I think that's her name, Bortz and Diamond were jumping all through the snail's attacks. I was like slugger snail's attacks. When they're dodging all through that and running around, jumping off the pillars and stuff, the animation was so good. The animation was incredible. And it's so cool because it looks really different from other art styles because it uses the 3D CG. And it uses CG to the fullest extent. It uses it, it makes the most use of it, uses it in the best way, because it looks really good. It's used to allow them to take all these different angles, and the camera was going at all kinds of crazy angles, moving all around the characters as they were jumping through, avoiding all the little snail tentacle things. It was really, really good looking. And again, that's a lot more throughout the episode, but that in particular was just one that I thought was really good looking right from the beginning. The snail gets tossed into the pond, and salt water shrinks it down, apparently. So then poor Daya and Foss or Foss Slug get kind of, I don't know, they get kind of insulted by everyone they go to. Everyone they go to is like, well, Foss is better this way, and kind of just ignore Diamond wanting to help people. Rutiel. I actually looked it up because somebody in the comments said it was pronounced Rutile last week, but I actually looked it up. And it is Rutiel, because the reason I was like, oh, so they're right, it is Rutile. I just took it at face value, but then they said Rutiel in the episode, so I looked it up afterward. I was like, maybe they're just pronouncing it wrong because Japanese, English, but no, apparently Rutiel is the correct pronunciation. Rutiel's being really scary. Did not like this side of her, this creepy cut-apart animal side. Not cool. Be kind to animals. Also, when they're going around to all the different rocks, there are lots of rocks with really nice butts, and it's just so weird that they design all the rock characters to have really nice butts, and you can tell that whoever was making the 3D models actually did focus on that, because later on when they're doing the sort of Foss revival scene and they're going through the different body parts being formed, they specifically focus on the butt for one of the body parts being formed. I was like, okay, you know the people that were animating this actually focused on that. But either way, in the end, Diamond couldn't get anybody to help her, and it's starting to get dark. We have a scene that I actually saw somebody post a GIF of on Twitter. And I knew it was going to happen because I saw that, and I was like, what the hell is going to be happening in this week's episode? But it was the slug Foss pooping, and they talked as if it was Foss, and she was turned into a slug, and that was where her consciousness was. But then the real Foss got revived later on, so I'm wondering, is the slug a different creature, or maybe the slug is actually, it's taken on Foss's personality now, so now there's essentially two Fosses. I think that would be great. From there they go to see Cinnabar, and before Cinnabar finds Diamond, we see that we get some development with her. She's thinking she still wants to be taken by Lunarians, but she's also thinking, about what Foss said. That hasn't left her mind. It's still really bugging her. So she sees Diamond. Diamond fell asleep from lack of light and lost Foss, but then she finds her again, just quickly and easily. Cinnabar says she hates them, goes off on this whole sort of speech that was actually really good for her character. kind of lets on that if the snail ate Foss, then Foss is in the shell of the snail. She would have been made into shell material. So it was kind of a cute moment, especially after they ran away and Cinnabar's like, I'm gonna wait a little while longer or whatever before I call you a liar or anything. It was really good character, kind of a sweet tsundere Cinnabar. Diamond is the best character though after this. Just seeing her, or at least my favorite character after this, just seeing her go through all of this and never give up trying to save Foss was really cool, because none of the other characters even cared to do anything at all to try to help, but Diamond went through all this and wouldn't give up. So I thought it was great, and again, another great animation sequence when she's running through all the trees and stuff and jumping from tree to tree, sliding through the wet grass and all. That was really, really good looking and made the most of their capabilities when it comes to CG animation. Then when she gets back, we see some of them in pajama robes, and I forgot I put in my notes to talk about this at the beginning of the episode. I was laughing to myself because I had a terrible thought, and then seeing it again in the pajama robes gave me that same terrible thought where I was like, so essentially, I was thinking about different stuff with the creatures, and I was again like, why do they really need to wear clothes if they presumably don't have anything down there? Because they're just rocks, and they seem to be asexual and sort of, they don't have a gender, they're genderless. So I was like, one of the things I thought, I was like, so do they put all the powder on their entire body under their clothes? And it seems like they do, since the parts of them we've seen without clothes are still white. And I was like, did they just leave 2 dots on their chest empty to replicate nipples? I don't know why, but I was just laughing at that, and then seeing them again later on in the episode just brought that thought back, and I was laughing even more. But then later on, when Foss is brought back, which is the next thing that happens, she kind of is extracted from the shell and jigsaw puzzled together. She becomes a crazy-ass jigsaw puzzle that Rutiel has to put back together. It was weird that, again, they had this sort of fan servicey camera angle that they kept using, where it was like they were trying to get really, really close to showing Foss her, like, upskirt with this robe, but they didn't. I'm like, but the thing is, they could have just shown it if there's nothing there, because you've seen, I grew up on tons of battle anime and mechas and stuff, or magical girl shows where they have the transformation sequence, and when they do that, the whole censorship is just that they actually show the character naked but with no features. And I was like, wouldn't that be what the rock people are naked anyway? So can't they just show that and not have to worry about censorship? Unless, of course, the rock people do have something down there, which this could be a hint of. Haku on the investigation. But yeah, pretty much Foss is put back together. Crazy jigsaw puzzle wife, and now she can talk to snails. And it was actually a really funny seeing her talking to the snail. I keep calling it a slug because it doesn't have a shell currently, and slugs don't have shells. But I guess technically it is still a snail in their world, and it would just form a new shell if it ate more rock. Either way, if it does have the same personality as Foss, I'm just so excited to see the interactions between the two of them. I think this could be really funny. So, yeah, I guess that's it. That's it for going through the episode part by part, at least. Some things I liked about it. I just thought it was really, really fun. I still love the world and setting. I don't want to go over that every single episode because I've already went over it pretty in depth twice. I thought the animation sequences were incredible and really made the most use out of their 3D CG. The first opening sequence, and again in the one where Diamond was running through the forest, both of those were really, really good. Diamond is the best character for me right now. Again, I like that even though no other character was trying to help whatsoever, Diamond actually went out of her way to try to help Foss. And I guess that's it. Great development as well for Diamond's character in showing that she would do that for somebody and not give up. And then again for Cinnabar's character, having her be, like I said, a little sweet tsundere there, and showed that she's still thinking about what Foss said. So, again, really good development for some characters in there. And I would give it 9.5 Oh gosh, I don't even know. 9.5. I don't know. Slug poops out of 10. Because I really did think it was my favorite episode so far. It was just so fun to watch. It developed the characters. It looked nice. There was no complaint I had about anything. Just a really, really good episode. Anything else? I guess that would be it though. So either way, if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this video, what you thought of my thoughts on it. Subscribe for more Houseki no Kuni, much more on the channel, anime, manga, light novels, whatnot. Follow on Twitter if you want. I can try to keep you updated there on stuff for the channel. And if you want to link to our Discord server, ask and I'll give you one. That's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.